Greetings once again, spacefaring adventurers. Duuz-Diz-Din again with one of the last few chapters of Eden Zero, where previously Chiaki, in an attempt to control the chronophage for his own end, managed to overcome the power of the Chrono Witch in the heart of the chronophage, taking her power of creation for his own using his gravity ability. He was able to then use it to take control of the chronophage and send it hurtling towards Mother, consuming her time and resetting her back to Earth, along with Luna, aka Xiao Mei the Moon. But Chiaki wasn't done, as he was determined to help out the Chrono Witch as he had promised as well. And something about Chiki's want to help her awakened some memories within inside the Chronomate. So as everyone on the outside cheered the dispersal of the chronophage and the restoring of Mother to her Earth-like form, Rebecca then realized Chiaki was nowhere to be found, and no matter how long they waited, Chiaki didn't show up. It was then that Ziggy and the others began to feel as though maybe Chiaki didn't survive. In the far-off future, the corpse of Rebecca, who had been flung into the future thanks to an explosion of antimatter bombs, same explosion that turned an alternate version of Chiaki into Ziggy, that body that shouldn't have survived, awakened. What happens next? Join me as I find out, won't you? So, I am the utmost dumbass because I kept wondering, okay, they're obviously saying something and it's pairing the characters together. So I'm like, okay, what's it gonna be? It was Ri. I'm like, arrivederci? It's like, it's arigato, you dumb. It's Japanese. What else would it be? They had Rebecca and Sister saying ah. You have Wise and Hermit saying Ri. You have Homura and Valkyrie saying Ga, and then you're gonna have Chiaki and Witch saying To. I will admit, I wish this could last another 10 chapters just for the rounded up even 300, but that'd be too much work, and it's obvious that Mashima kinda wants to bring this to a close, and I can't blame him for that. As long as this is how he wants to end it, so be it. It's Eden Zero, chapter 290. The Girl Who Ate Through Time. Nice little reference to The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which is an amazing movie. Love that movie. Who Ate Through Time. Okay, now to finally maybe find out what the origin of the chronophage actually is. We pick up with the restored Earth and Moon, which, now I think about it, isn't it on the verge of annihilation? Ziggy observes it saying, the Earth has resumed its original form, and the chronophage has disappeared. But Happy begins to well up with tears, saying Chiaki is gone. Hino wells up too, calling out to Chiaki, and so does Rebecca, doing the same. But suddenly, something happens. A dark energy starts to flow from her leg. Something has awoken within Rebecca, and she looks down at her legs, questioning What's happening? The power begins to overflow and consume her as a voice calls out saying, it's not over yet. As the power grows more and more in the cockpit, Hino calls out, detecting a normal ether. And Happy calls out to Rebecca as the dark power bursts out of the cockpit, out of the Leo Starfighter. Or Taurus Starfighter? The Starfighter. I think it's the Leo Starfighter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Leo Starfighter. Ziggy sees this, and then he sees Pino and Happy blasted into space as Rebecca is engulfed in her own power, and also naked. Or a power that might be heard in another life. Cut to 20,000 years ago, and 20,000 years later, at the planet Eden, with bare naked body of Rebecca, and the robot that was once Chiaki that would be Ziggy, coming to see his dead friend. He trembles. The scientists tell him he was in even worse shape when we found her. We thought we could at least repair her exterior. Ziggy trembles, saying, No, it's not true. It's not true. The scientists tell him, don't get too close. She's a valuable research specimen. Even after death, she is emitting an unknown ether signal. Ziggy cries out, What did you do to Rebecca? Don't worry, I'm coming to save you. Years later, the more familiar-looking Ziggy visits the body of Rebecca and laments, saying, after all these years, you haven't changed. I can't remember who you are anymore, but I'd like to see you alive. I heard that you and I were friends in the distant past. Oh. As Ziggy walks away, the corpse of Rebecca thinks, calling out, don't go, Chiaki. I'm right here. Help me. Don't go. Don't leave me. Some part of her was still alive? Oh god. Yeah, this is the thing that was always getting me. She's the core of the Eden Zero. And for some reason, we've never really dwelled on how that actually works. I kept waiting, and I expected, much like with Fairy Tail, with Mavis and her situation, I'm like, is she kind of set up in the Eden Zero like that? And as the Eden Zero readies for takeoff, later, he calls out, time-traveling ship Eden Zero, ready for takeoff. And the body of Rebecca mentally calls out, don't leave me here alone, Chiaki, please. And her eyes open, and her body emits a powerful energy. It flows out, bursting out of the research lab on planet Eden. The scientists call out, what the? It came from the lab, and the power starts to twist and distort and form. It chases after the Eden Zero. Right, they extracted her power. So I knew that it wasn't her body. They said it was her power that was in the Eden Zero, but I kept wondering. It was much like what Drac and Joe was trying to do, extract her power and put it in something else. The black tendrils of energy wrap around the Eden Zero as it tries to depart for the past. As Rebecca mentally calls out, come back, Chiaki, don't leave me. Ziggy questions, what is this? And he cries out as the energy tries to consume the Eden Zero as it travels back into the past, with Rebecca still calling out for Chiaki. In present day, a chronophage has taken form and questions, where am I? Can't remember. Oh, I'm so hungry. I should eat. If I eat something, maybe it'll help me remember how gluttonous Rebecca could sometimes be. Oh, as the chronophage consumes the planet's time, the mind of Rebecca questions, who am I? I just need to eat, and then I should remember. Ah, that's delicious. I'm eating time. I wonder why time tastes so good. I remember now. My time was stolen from me. Give it back. Give me back my time. And in the here and now, Rebecca's body becomes supplanted with the energy and persona of the chronophage, overlapping it. Pino calls out for Rebecca, and so does Happy. Ziggy questions, what is this ether? As the Rebecca of the future, taking over the Rebecca of the present's body, says, I found it. This is my body. This is it. A massive glow begins to emanate from Rebecca. Pino questions, the chronophage took over Rebecca? Happy asks, what is happening to her? And Ziggy says, oh no, we need to get out of here. But Pino gets a reading, saying, 10 to the 72nd power joules? Ziggy's questions, is he trying to destroy the universe? And Happy can only call out for Rebecca, welling up with tears. And as the chronophagified Rebecca says, I don't need anything else, as long as I have this body. An unknown figure reeks through the sky, calling out, Rebecca, it was you? Happy, Pino, Ziggy, they all look on as the figure approaches Rebecca, saying, sorry I didn't see it sooner. I'm sorry, so please don't talk like that. Alright, man. See, it's the more I see of certain scenes, the more I realize just how much Mashima was just kind of leaving out. It gave us just enough not to truly question it, but it's just like, okay, because we never saw the point at which Ziggy traveled to the past. There was always a lot of things being left out, and to know that that's what happened when Ziggy launched. So it's not even that something has changed, that's something that always was. When Ziggy took off, the power erupted out of Rebecca's body. But they said she wasn't alive. Or is it maybe a Rebecca who transferred to that body? Or did she just live on through the power? That's the thing that gets me. I mean, if the power was still in the body, then some element of her was still there. And the trauma of everything probably just really, rattled her so much that she lost herself. I mean, considering she couldn't move or do anything, just raged out of control. But did Rebecca's body go along with that power, or did it just flow outside of the body? And did it just have it suddenly awaken in our Rebecca? I mean, it was technically always a part of that Rebecca. I feel like there's more elements to it. And it also explains even more so why it was always looking for Rebecca. They talk about the chronophage like it was always a thing that existed, but if it was, something like that would have done a lot more than what we had seen it do. But with whatever power Rebecca has, what will that mean now? Do we now have two versions of Rebecca living in the same body? Will they just coalesce? There's so many questions now. What will that mean for Ziggy? Now, not to mention, what about Void? Will she even know about what Void's true identity was? Will she want to change something? Will she have the power to change it? I mean, technically she could, she should, with all the things that the chronophage could do just by consuming something. I wonder. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. The end is in sight. Couple more chapters left. But let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.